when I'm not making sure hell has not frozen over after both the Giants and the Cowboys won an NFL playoff game last weekend. I like to answer questions and comments that I get on my YouTube channel, so let's get to it. Do a video on easy pentatonic scale patterns. Alright, I know we talk a lot about the pentatonic scale all the time, but I finally figured out exactly how I want to talk about the pentatonic scale. For a long time, I was a little bit of a hater on the pentatonic scale because it's only 5 of 7 notes that you need, but I'm doing a total 180, and I think the pentatonic scale is much better when it's taught as chords than as its own individual scale. So what I mean by that is we're going to take 6 root notes and 2 pentatonic shapes, and we're basically going to play all the music you could ever play in a key, alright? So we're just going to have major notes and minor notes. It's going to be really easy, you can move this around. I wish I would have just started doing this 100 years ago. But basically we have the major chords, which are going to look like this, F, G, and C, and the minor chords, which look like this, A, D, and E. Okay, so the 6 notes are 1, 3, 5, and 3, 5, 7. That's pretty easy to just think about, right? So if we start talking about the same pentatonic shape on each of these notes, you'll end up learning the entire fretboard and never forget it, okay? So what I mean by that is let's start with the minor ones, because I think everybody knows this one, right? Tried and true minor pentatonic, 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7. But I think there's a better way to do this. Alright, so we're gonna play like this. Okay, so 5E, 3, 5, 7 on the A string, 5D. This is the pentatonic scale, A minor pentatonic. So it looks like a diamond, right? Because it's a little bit more of a symmetrical shape, and we can add the octave. Okay, now any minor chord you can use that minor pentatonic scale with, okay? So in this key, the key of C, or the key of A minor, however you want to look at it, we have 3 minor chords, A minor, E minor, and D minor. They can all be minor chords like this, A minor, E minor, D minor, or they can be like minor 7 chords like this, A minor, E minor, D minor, okay? Now the reason that these notes in this little diamond shape is cool is because we can start adding them in little pentatonic riffs in between the chords. Something like this, A minor, D, E, D, all I'm doing is I'm playing those notes in there. Now, eventually, because if I combine all these 5 notes, in fact, let's do it real quick. We have an A, a C, a D, an E, and a G. That's A minor pentatonic. If we start on D, we have a D, an F, a G, an A, and a C. Okay, so we added that F, right? This note was not in A minor pentatonic. When we have E, we have an E, a G, an A B, and a D. Now we're adding a B, okay? So we had that original 5-note A minor pentatonic scale, introducing D minor spot, added the F to the key, introducing the E minor spot, added the B to the key. So eventually we get A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, which is the full minor scale, the full major scale. So thinking of pentatonics as being chord specific as a way to flesh out your chords is a great way to just actually learn the entire major minor scale, which is my whole issue with the pentatonic scale in the first place, which is making me upset. So I need to calm down and talk about the sponsor of this video, my favorite sponsor of all time, Elixir Strings. The reason that the Angelico guitar sounds so good, even just playing pentatonic licks, is because I've got Elixir Strings on here. I generally almost always use the 12s, 80-20 NanoWeb, okay? All of them are great. Those are the ones that I use. Elixir's been my go-to acoustic guitar string and electric guitar string now too, actually, since forever. Since basically I started taking guitar seriously. So they last so much longer, they feel so much better on your fingers, they sound better. There's no downside. Get yourself some Elixir Strings. There's an affiliate link in the description, okay? So we just learned basically everything with that one shape, that little diamond shape. I like that because you can do that slide, which is better, which is, you know, if you're just doing this, it's great because you can get those hammer-ons. But I really think that that little diamond shape there is just a more useful shape that you can kind of do. And I think it actually helps to overlay. And it also is going to help with the next thing we do, which is do the major chord ones, right? So the three major chords in the key of C, like I said before, are C major, F major, and G major. Basically, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do one shape. All right, let's start with the F. So here's F. If we do F, major pentatonic, we end up getting 1, 3, 5, 3A, 5A. And then we can kind of get the octave right there, right? So F, G, A, C, D. Again, just like before, this is the exact same shape across all three root notes. So we just find a root note and then branch off, right? So G, A, B, C, D. F. To G. F. G. C. That C on the A string, C, D, E, G, A. There's C major pentatonic. Right? When we add the F, guess what? We're adding that F note to C major pentatonic. And then when we add the G, G, A, B, we add that B note. Okay? So just like with the minor chords, when we do the major pentatonics, we end up getting the entire picture, which is super, super important. So now we can actually kind of start seeing all these in different positions, right? Like when I do that, let's say I do that A minor pentatonic run that we just did that, right? Starting there, A to C, D, E, G, A. Well, guess what? If I number these notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, octave. If I just start on its minor third, which is C, there's that C major pentatonic shape. So I think using the diamond shape for the minors, and then the regular root note, whole step, 5, 6, right? 3, 5, 7, 5, 7, I think is a great way to start seeing the overlap for all the different pentatonic positions, right? And then eventually, thinking individually like this from a chord is such a more musical way to play. And it all sounds together, it all sounds cohesive, right? And it sounds like you know exactly what you're doing. It's not just pentatonic. And that's the beauty of it, because we're taking something from an easy to learn pentatonic background where we only have to know 5 notes, but because we know where they exist in the chord structure of a full scale, you end up using that to see the entire picture in the entire major and minor picture, right? The one thing we haven't done here is add that 7th note in the key, C, D, E, F, G, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. That B, half diminished minor 7 flat 5. But again, even though we haven't talked about like B's chord in there, right? And how we can kind of go a B, a minor third, and a flat 5. We still end up getting all the notes and the information from that chord within the other ones. So eventually, I think it's easier to start overlaying these more bite-sized ways to play chords than it is maybe learning the entire position of A minor, or even like 3 notes per string C major type deal, because that's just, you know, that sounds so much like a scale, whereas something like this, it sounds like a riff, something musical that you could use, which is why people love the pentatonic scale, because it can play a chord, and then like a little minor pentatonic riff that you can always do. So tracking it off a root note is definitely the #1 best way to do it. I will never change my mind on this. I have made myself a believer with my own method, which is probably other people's method too. It's not like I'm inventing this, but I think it's the best way to think about it. And it's only going to sound better if you use the extra strings. Hey Sean, I really enjoy your videos. Although off topic, I was hoping that you might be able to answer a question. Should a singer use the term register or range rather than key? For example, I can't sing in that key when speaking about their vocal range. I've heard many singers over the years, both in person and in videos, say that they can't sing in this key or that key, or that's not my key, I need to sing it in a lower, higher key. So the question is, isn't it that yes, they can sing in the key, if it's major or minor? The key of C, for instance, can be played up and down in an 88-key piano, beginning in many different places in different registers, and again, a key only specifies how many sharps or flats or in a major or minor context. Your thoughts would be greatly appreciated, Sean, and I'm sure it's very interesting to your subscribers too. Oh, in a perfect world, your singer would understand which register they sound good at and be able to transpose keys, but let me fill you in on a secret. As someone who's worked with a lot of different singers, 90% of the time, no shade to singers, I myself am a singer from time to time, I would say, let me know if you agree or disagree with this in the comments, singers don't know what the heck they're doing. They're not going to be able to be like, you know, when you're playing that in the key of F, it's a semitone out of the high point of my register. You will never ever hear a singer say that. They'll be like, this is too high, this is too low. So yes, in a perfect world, it would be nice if your singer could be like, a little outside my range, could we move it maybe a minor third lower? That would be great. But from personal experience, it's gonna be on the musicians to be able to transpose different chord progressions, which is why you need to learn music theory as far as like, you know, knowing the 1-4-5s and key, you know, C, F, G being 1-4-5, 2-3-6 being D minor, E minor, A minor, and be able to transpose quickly on the fly. Because the more you deal with singers, the more you're going to understand that it's on you to transpose the key. The singer's not going to help you at all. You're going to be lucky if the singer helps you set up the gear at the gig. If you can get that, that's a win. Keep that singer. Never fire him or her. If they show up on time and they help you with the gear, you are playing with house money. Gee, could being a beginner have something to do with it? I love these comments that they're watching a video that is clearly meant for a beginner. In fact, this comment was made on a video that had, you know, something for beginners in the title. The title clearly says, this is a beginner guitar lesson. I love how people who are so shady and so salty that they'll insult like, oh, wow, maybe they suck because they're a beginner. Well, if you're not a beginner, why are you watching a video that is clearly for beginners? That's always like the funniest thing to me. It's like that there are people out there who are intermediate, maybe advanced players, watching beginner videos and then just talking crap in the comments. It's my favorite salty thing in the world because it's like there's nothing better for you to do than to just go like be shady on like a beginner guitar video or whatever, but again, the nature of the internet. Thanks for the great tips, Sean. Really been enjoying the new channel. So if you haven't seen, I started a side channel which is just all ukulele stuff. Every now and then I've posted ukulele videos on this main channel. They haven't performed that well, but I really do enjoy the videos, so I made a totally different channel. I will link you in the description, trying to get that channel monetized. So really, I've just been doing mostly like song lessons to kind of get up in search, just to kind of hit that monetization threshold to make it a little more worthwhile, but I appreciate anybody who goes over and subscribes and maybe watches a uke video. It's been a lot of fun to do, and it has been eye-opening for myself to actually play the ukulele as a real instrument instead of as a guitar player playing a ukulele thinking of guitar. It's almost like learning a different language. Like, again, I'm not fluent in other languages, but like I remember, ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch. I took 4 years of German in high school, and at the end of that 4th year, I was like, I could have thoughts in German that I felt like were different than just like translating my English thoughts into my German thoughts, right? And I'm at that place on a ukulele now where I feel like I'm playing the uke like an actual ukulele instrument instead of transposing guitar thinking into uke thinking. And it's actually been really cool. So it's been a great experience for me, just kind of like getting to know another instrument very, very intimately. I feel like I'm getting pretty good at it. So yeah, if you do have any ambitions, check it out. Because Journey sent me this uke, 99 bucks. Like it's half off. Like these used to be like a couple $100, but I think they just made like a lot of them, so they have a lot extra. So I'm pretty sure they're losing money selling this because I did an unboxing and the gig bag itself seems like it's worth 99 bucks. But yeah, if you are interested, I will link you to that stuff in the description, so check it out. Wow, you sing great. Never knew, bro. Well, thank you very much. I've been singing a little more in the videos, trying to do a lot more of the demo stuff myself with my own original music, so thank you for all the encouragement. You know, if you like it, that's cool. If you don't, that's also cool too. But I'm going to keep doing it, so there's going to be some more original songs and stuff coming up soon, so you're definitely going to want to stay tuned because I got a lot of new stuff coming that I'm going to figure out how to do, and new music is on the way. Listening homework, I'm going to shout out an album that is awesome. I remember I was really into this album when it came out. It's Shaky Graves. It was a departure from his earlier stuff, but I just listened to this whole album again, and it's like such a cool vibe, and it's a lot different than, you know, the kind of Travis pick stuff that he's known for, and just really just cool, chill music. So check out this album because a lot of people missed it, and I think it's just really, really great. And then after that, if you have any questions or comments, hit me up in the comment section, Instagram, the website, the Uke Channel, the Patreon. Thank you to Elixir for sponsoring the video, as always. And like I said, if you guys have questions, let me know, and I will talk to you all soon. Thanks a lot.